All right, guys. It's 11:24 right now. I'm gonna speak a little fast. This is my first therapy session that I'm ever gonna do, and hopefully I can record it. I do want to talk about the things that I've been going through that I've obviously talked on this channel, and hopefully we learn a lot of things about ourselves. I've been hearing like getting a therapist is kind of like getting a haircut. Sometimes you might just might roll with it that you might not like it. Sorry for speaking too fast. So hopefully this is the one. This is a therapist that understands and is giving me like the right information. Or I don't know. We're about to see. We're about to go in blind. And yeah, it's 50 minutes. So let's see. Let's hope this is good.
So what brings you to therapy today?
I just want to know, I'm actually pretty excited because when originally I wanted to be a therapist. That's like the reason why I wanted to go to college. But I just want to know and like understand myself on a more deeper level, because I kind of feel like I reached like a brick wall, and I always took like mental health pretty seriously. I always tried to be ahead of everyone else like my age. So I really took mental health kind of serious, but I kind of feel like I'm at this point where I'm like, I don't really know how to find these answers anymore. That's probably the main reason why. Just trying to know myself on a deeper level.
Oh, okay. Well, what are the questions that you have that you're looking for the answers?
So there's probably, I would say like 3 things I can name off the top of my head. I think the first one is, it's mainly like relationship kind of stuff, meaning, I don't really know where to start because it is kind of messy with this kind of topic. But I'm kind of like, to start off, to feel like, to bring it up to like a full circle, I kind of like, I feel lonely, but I know I'm not alone. So I'm a huge lover, and whenever I am in a relationship with somebody, they're my best friend. Like, they're pretty much all I need. And because I don't really need to make friends if I have someone that I'm with, and I'm aware that can be like pretty unhealthy. I just battle like a lot of loneliness, just because I feel like a lot of people don't understand me, because I would like to say I'm pretty mature for my age because of the things I've done. I just feel like I'm ahead of a lot of people my age. So I kind of feel like I'm in the spectrum of like, I kind of feel misunderstood in a lot of ways. But to go back to the relationship kind of stuff, it's weird. I actually kind of started questioning myself a few days ago. I've been in about like 4 relationships over the past, like, since high school. And I'm pretty sure this is like a trauma thing, but if I would say like 3 out of the 4, if they were to come back and ask for a second chance, I gladly will. But whenever I ask myself that, I'm like, but I'm over them. Or maybe I kind of just question myself if I'm over them. And I'm just kind of like, why am I feeling like that? And I'm not like, honestly, I enjoy being alone, or not. I don't enjoy being alone. I enjoy being lonely, but there's some days or some time of the hour or days in the hour where I'm like, dang, I kind of don't like feeling this way. And to like overcome my loneliness, I guess I do like content creation. Like, I stream on TikTok, and that's where I mostly do my talking to people. I kind of tell this to everyone that I'm really like emotional. I'm like an open book, and I kind of tell people the same thing. Like, I'm battling this loneliness sometimes, and they just say like, dude, like, talk to coworkers, or find Facebook groups or something, and I'm just like, yeah, but I'm picky. Like, I'm really picky of who I want to be around with, and I haven't had a genuine friend that I want to talk to and like hang out with. And it's really rare, because that, honestly, I haven't felt that way since probably high school. So that's probably why I kind of would rather be in a relationship where I just have one friend. But again, I kind of know why it can be unhealthy, and I just end up shooting myself in the foot.
And what else is on your mind?
Life transitions, because I feel like whatever I talked about earlier kind of ties into the second question. I moved originally. I'm from Arizona. I moved to California to like do my content and stuff like that. But whenever I was in California, I ended up falling in love with this girl, and she lived in Oklahoma, and I ended up moving to Oklahoma just to be closer to her. And I've never done anything like this, and it felt completely different. So I had nothing. I was at a point in my life where I had nothing to lose. I'm not going to college. I don't have friends. I'm close with my family, but not really. And I didn't have a career yet. So I just moved to Oklahoma, and I moved here in August. Excuse me. I moved here in August, and I ended up breaking up with her like a month ago. And I just felt emotionally burnt out just because I kind of felt like I was walking on eggshells. I couldn't feel like I'm myself anymore. And feeling that way it really sucked because it was just energy draining. And now that she's gone out of my life, I'm just thinking like, what is there to do now? I don't really have nothing to do here because I only moved here for her. And the only thing that's keeping me like afloat is just streaming and putting people's smiles on people's faces, and just, this is like a passion of mine, and I really enjoy doing it, and I do it every single day because it's honestly the only thing that, again, it like keeps me going, because I honestly have no idea what else I would be doing. And I ask myself almost every day, I'm like, I don't want to be in a relationship, but I kind of just, I want to still talk to women. I don't know why, but I enjoy talking to women, but I just don't want to be in a relationship right now because I know my bad habit is going to come back, and I'm going to end up not streaming as much because I'm in love with the girl. That's exactly what happened when I was living in California. Once I started dating her, I was just being least consistent because I was in love, and I'm just scared to go through that cycle again because I just don't want to repeat it.
Right.
And
There's no hurry.
yeah. And I guess like the third one, I feel like all these are kind of similar. The third one is kind of just kind of battling with lust. So the reason why I kind of even gave a shot into learning more about the Bible and praying to God, I guess, is because my uncle's religious. So we kind of like had an hour or two conversation. And I think out of my whole family and like the whole spectrum of my family, he's the only one that I look up to because his goal is the same as mine, like break the family cycle, and just change generations. So I look up to him, and he was just telling me about all this like Christianity stuff. And so I did. And he would just tell me, like, just pray what you want, like in life, and hope like you'll get it. And I would pray, like, please remove this lust out of me, because with lust, it runs in my family too. I'm pretty sure, because my mom, my dad always tells me, you have what your mom has. Like, I don't like being alone, but I've learned to overcome that problem and just accepting that it's okay to be alone. But there's still some times where I'm like, man, I just want to like be around somebody. And as kind of messed up as it sounds, I just want to be like friends with benefits with women, I guess. And now that I'm repeating feeling like lonely again, I feel like I'm more picky with the women that I choose now, because the last two relationships that I was in, they had the same issues. They had like bipolar disorder. They had BPD, anxiety, depression. And me, I'm like, you know what? If they love me enough, maybe they can just absolutely change how they are. And I understand that it's bad. Like, you should never do that. Like, you shouldn't have that kind of weight on you. And also all the women that I've been with, they just reminded me of my mom. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm used to being in, feeling emotionally in this kind of way, because they're all kind of similar in like in their own way with my mother. So I don't know. I just also been around mentally ill people my whole life too. So I kind of grown to get used to it and not have it affect me as much because I'm just so used to it. But now I'm like, I just don't want to have a woman that's just like mentally, like just has a lot of mental issues, because I too also end up getting kind of ruined in that situation. And then I just end up being here where I'm at now. And then also, I also like, I'm also aware I do have mommy issues as well. So I think that's what kind of makes me it's kind of like my weakness. They kind of unintentionally know my weakness. So I just easily fall for them because I have mommy issues. And if someone accepts that I have it, it's kind of like a dopamine high, because now I feel safe and I feel okay. But as time's going on, I'm just like, I slowly have the realization, like, dang, like, why am I in this situation? And I slowly get emotionally unattached with people as well. Like my longest relationship was 3 years, but that was during COVID. COVID times were different. I just wanted to jump into a relationship, and just for some reason it lasted 3 years, which is odd because I was the one to break up with them. And then my second one, she broke up with me. I ended up in the situation where I had no money. I just basically put my whole life on the line, and I ended up getting like fucked over. Sorry for cussing, but
It's okay.
I ended up with nothing. And the third one, like these patterns I'm realizing, these patterns that I'm realizing is the ones that I broke up with. I broke up at like 3 out of the 4 of them. I feel like I can't stay put in a relationship, but I kind of feel, it kind of just feels like I'm settling for less, I guess, just because, again, like I'm battling these issues where I just feel lonely. But I think that's about most of the things that I want to talk about that I can remember off the top of my head. And I just kind of just ask myself a lot of questions of why I'm this way.
How has your mood been? Have you been feeling sad most of the day?
No, like the weird thing is, like I don't feel sad. I feel really good. I wake up happy. I wake up like I like my job. Like my job goes by fast. I enjoy my job. My life is busy, which is really good for me, because if it wasn't busy, I'd definitely be moping around, just rotting in bed and just not being productive. And the weird thing is, I hate feeling that way. Like I hate it. Like I don't dislike it. I like actually hate not doing anything. I don't know how people can do that. So I'm always like, okay, like what's the next thing? What's the next thing? So my life is pretty busy, and I put that on myself, which I have no issue, because I'm happy most of the day. I don't really feel sad. The times I kind of just feel kind of down, I guess, is like shower thoughts. And the shower thoughts is kind of when I am most active in my mind, and whatever I was telling you earlier is kind of what kind of just replays in my head. And that's honestly about it. I don't go to bed sad or anything like that.
Do you have any problems with anxiety?
No, but I used to. I had a lot of social anxiety, but no, I don't have any anxiety, I guess.
Well then, to give you my best advice for the situation you're facing, I think you need to work on decentralizing women. Because right now you're kind of putting them at the center of your life.
Yeah.
And you're putting that as like a major goal, as, finding a woman to be your partner. But it needs to be one of many things that you're focused on. So continuing with the TikTok streaming, focusing on your job, maybe going back to school to finish college, those sorts of things. Because if you centralize women too much in your life, you'll have situations like you did when you moved down to Oklahoma and then she left you with nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And with, if you have issues with your relationship with your mom, it makes sense that you would over centralize women and like, put them up on a pedestal as being so important. It's important not to be lonely, and I think the streaming is a great outlet. But I would encourage you to try to make friends and try to have a social life that isn't revolving around a partner, because you're going to end up getting stuck in that same cycle again and again.
But the thing is, like, my uncle told me the same thing. Like, dude, just start making friends. And I don't really enjoy going out. Like, I don't really enjoy. I mean, I enjoy going out. The times I go out, I just go by myself. I don't really purposely seek out friends because, again, like, I'm picky. I would want to have a friend that's has the same goals as mine, wants to be successful, and just has a good mindset. And I would love to be around that, but I feel like people my age, it's really hard to find stuff like that. But with the streaming stuff, it's not just TikTok streaming. Whatever my streaming outlet, like what I stream to audience, is I'm talking to people. That's basically what I do every single day, up to like 2 hours a day. I talk to people. I'm like a gaming streamer, so I talk to people in the game. It's heavily social, and then on top of that, I'm talking to my community. So that's kind of where I feel stuck. I don't really know why I feel this way. And my uncle was like, just stop being picky. You know, there'll be chapters in your life where you're gonna have to let them go, and it's completely okay if that happens, because it's life. And but like, it's weird because my last, like, I guess I'm like, I don't really know how to explain it, but I'm not really like centralizing women, because I'm not purposely out of my day like looking every single day. I'm kind of just like, if it's there, it's there. You know, I'll shoot my shot, and if it doesn't go my way, it's whatever. It's okay. So I'm not desperate. I'm not desperate to have a woman in my life right now. Just, again, I don't want to be in a relationship. It's kind of weird because I don't know how to explain it, but I care, but I don't care. You know, if a girl rejects me, I'm just like, okay, whatever, on to the next one. I'm not desperate at all, because I've been there before already, and I kind of just learned to understand why that's bad. And so I just stopped caring, I guess. But at the same time, I just kind of prefer talking to women, I guess, than guys. I have no idea, but I'm not purposely telling myself, you know what, like, I'm only going to talk to women. No, I also talk to guys too. Like, it's a mixed bag. With the social aspect of me streaming, I talk to a lot of people online, and I'm not like a comedian, but I have genuine conversations whenever I'm streaming. So I actually do try to find and make friends online, but that's just because my work-life balance, I work for 10 hours a day, or rarely 8 hours. I work like 10 to 12 hours a day. And so when I get home, I just edit videos until I start stream. And that's just my everyday life. And then Saturdays and Sundays, I kind of just do what I need to do, like chores, just making sure everything's good around my apartment. And then I get the thing I need to, like, I do the things that I need to do, like grocery shopping, obviously. And I take myself out on a date, you know, and then I kind of just have time to decompress and just relax.
Well, it sounds like you have a good schedule. It's a good, busy, healthy schedule.
Yeah.
Well, if it's any consolation, I'm not hearing anything that's causing me major concern. I think you're going through the part of life where we search for a partner, and it can be lonely at times. I think there's a lot to learn from the girl in Oklahoma and moving to see her.
Yeah.
I really agree with your uncle. I think he's giving you sound advice.
But also, I kind of don't understand why I'm picky. And since high school, I was just like, man, I'm like an observer. I observe people, and I was always like that person to be never in a specific group of friends. I was always the one that kind of just ran around. But I was an observer, and I never wanted to be that degenerate like high schooler that did normal high school things. I didn't want to be that degenerate college student that just did those normal college average things. I always wanted to be different, and always wanted to be ahead of everybody mentally. But again, like earlier, I kind of just realized, I'm like, why did I do that? Like, why did I decide to be ahead of everyone else and decide to do the things I wanted to do? Because nobody in my town, when I was living in Arizona, moved to San Diego at 21 years old. Nobody did that. And having that in my head, it kind of it feels good. And like, wow, like I did that. Like, who else is doing that? And I'm just doing things that nobody else is doing. So that was kind of like my drive to my happiness. Like, I'm doing things nobody's doing, and it felt really good. And my uncle even said, like, yeah, it was a bad idea from the jump that you even moved to Oklahoma. I was like, I know it was a bad idea, but you learn from your mistakes, I guess. But yeah, even me being here, like, nobody's doing this my age, and it feels good. That's what it just makes me feel happy that I'm not, getting into heavy drugs, or I'm drinking every weekend, and I'm slutting around, like women. I'm just in my own lane, and it makes me feel good. But it's just the loneliness, and that's honestly about it.
When you're streaming, are you lonely?
No, whenever I'm streaming, it feels extremely good. Like the whole day, like when I'm at work, I'm like, damn, I can't wait to stream. It's like, it's a passion of mine, because that's when I'm like the most talkative. And it's weird because I'm even talkative at work. I talk to customers maybe a good amount of times, but I'm talking basically almost 2 hours straight. And it's weird. It's like a switch too. I remember sometimes where I just kind of feel down. I'm like, man, I don't want to stream, but I want to do it anyways. And it just flips like a switch, and I just feel good again. And I stream until I'm tired. So I'll go to bed at like 10 p.m. and then, yeah, I just repeat the same thing.
I'm trying to think how I can best help you. I think the loneliness is just part of being 22 years old and living on your own.
Yeah, because I kind of feel like the transition that I did was like really big for someone my age. And also, like, it kind of made me sad when I turned 22. Like, I tell people, like, dude, ever since I turned 21, I just get emotional, because I'm getting older, and I feel like being 22 years old is kind of like, yeah, this is the year when people just stop caring about your birthday, because 22 is not really a special number. Like 22 and so forth is not really a special number. It's just a number, So also just time going by so fast, it kind of does make me sad, because I feel like I feel like I'm not where I'm supposed to be at in life sometimes. Like my college, like, am I even supposed to, I don't know. The streaming stuff is something that I really want to do, because I don't want to become like a slave to anybody. I want to be my own person. So it's just weird, because I would prefer making $5 to $0 a day on streaming than get paid $185 a day working 8 hours. Like, I don't know why, but that's just how I feel.
I think that makes sense. I'm sorry, I don't have any deep wisdom to share with you to answer your questions. I think that a lot of these are natural questions that happen when you're 22 and you live alone.
Yeah.
You moved away from your family. Those stressors are normal. So I would reinforce to you that I wouldn't be worried. I don't think there's anything wrong with you. I don't think you have any mental health symptoms. I think you're just trying to adjust to life.
But like, why is it so like difficult? Because obviously everyone's dealing life differently at 22 years old. But just like, why is it 22 years old? Like, what's so special about like a life transition at 22 years old? Did I just put myself in this situation and I'm just dealing with like the repercussions, or?
It's because you're young. You don't have a lot of life experience yet, so you're still learning. So as you have more experiences, you become a little bit more calmer and more centered in what you're doing because you have more experience under your belt.
Yeah, I always thought I never really had mental issues, which is kind of weird because it kind of goes around in my family. But like, again, like me being an observer, I'm like, I don't want to be that. I don't want to put myself in that kind of situation. So I'm not better than anybody. I'm just more aware of what's going on around me. And so
Right.
I don't know. I kind of just question myself why did I make myself this way? You know, why was I thinking it's going to be an amazing idea that I kind of not really skip through stages in my life, but avoid these stages in my life that a like regular like teenager or 22-year-old would do. Like I kind of know the goal of why. I do know the goal why I'm doing it, but I don't know what really like to like put the switch inside of me that like I just want to constantly be ahead of everyone.
So we still have some things to think about.
All right, guys. Don't know if I'm gonna put any footage in the video, but dude, I kind of just felt like I got the same. Quite like I don't really know. I didn't really walk away and be like, oh, I learned something about this. She kind of just told me things that I already knew. In case I don't put any footage in this video, she was just saying, I feel like you're going through a normal life transition. You just kind of have to not really deal with. She didn't say deal with it, but it's just a normal life transition. And she also said, I'm not showing any mental illnesses, so I guess that's a W, right? You know what I'm saying? And she also said you just have to go out and make friends. But then I kind of told her what my uncle told me, and my uncle told me like, go out and make friends. It doesn't really matter if you're if you end up making friends and you guys end up like going apart. It's just part of life. It's just chapters in your life, you know. And yeah, I told her why I don't do that. She was pretty quiet most of the time. She mostly just listened. Experience out of 10, maybe like a 4 or 3 out of 10, because she kind of just told me what I already know, which kind of sucks though, because maybe I'm just shooting myself in the foot. I literally told her when I tell my streams and what I say on video. So she says she'll reschedule one as soon as one pops up and we'll get more into detail. But I'm just kind of thinking, what? Like, go into detail about what? And it was only about 30 minutes. So I thought it was 50 minutes. But yeah, I kind of just feel like I watched a movie and I've watched it 5 times. And I walk out the 5th time, I'm just kind of like, oh yeah, I remember that. I said, yep. But yeah, I think it's just something that we're gonna have to deal with. I don't know how long. She also said to stop centering your life around women. But I told her I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm not constantly searching for a woman, you know what I'm saying? I told her I'm not looking for a relationship. I kind of just want to have friends with benefits, I guess, or like talk to female friends. I don't know, but I told her like I don't really centralize my women, or centralize women, not my women. But I just told her I don't, you know, if I get rejected or someone fucks off, I'm like, okay, whatever, on to the next one. It's whatever. You know what I'm saying? She also said I have a good like my schedule's good. She said my schedule's good, which I agree. So shout out to her, I guess. Or I might even just put the whole fucking video in there. I might just trim it up. But I don't know. That's about it. First therapy experience, I guess. Maybe it wasn't really an experience. Maybe it's just to put the foot in the door. Yeah, she was even trying to think what to say because, again, I'm going through a transition. But I was kind of just ask her why I'm this way. But I guess we're just running low on time, so I just have to wait, I guess. I don't know, but that's about it. Thanks for watching, guys.